Hey, y'all, what's going on, man? This your boy Nick P, man. We back again, man. A little bonus segment that we wanted to roll out to y'all. This segment, man, we want to talk about just progression in life and what do you do when you feel stagnant? Because I think a lot of times we hit a plateau in life, in our career or relationship, whatever it may be, to where you just feel stagnant. You know what I'm saying? So I want to open it up to the panel. BZ, bro, I'm gonna start with you. Like, what's like the most recent times where you felt stagnant, and what did you do to overcome?
Man. I feel like I always feel kind of stagnant. Like I'm a person who would hit a benchmark and then I won't celebrate the benchmark. I'm kind of thinking like, all right, I'm here. What's next? So I kind of train myself to get like uncomfortable and sometimes unhealthy. Like, 'cause I'm not always 100% appreciative of like the process. I'm like, what's the next goal? 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 So it's like, it's almost like you're not appreciative of what you've been through, the lows you've been through, and how like, oh man, where you are right now, you should be extremely grateful. Like I'm looking at like the last 12 months of my life. I'm like, yo, everything just did a 180. Like in 12 months, 180. But now I'm still like, what's next? Even now, I feel like, I don't know, for me, I embrace that because I feel like that's what keeps me going faster and further. But at the same time, it can be self-induced stress that you don't need. So it's just like balancing that stress and that growth that you want to get.
I feel that. And Dre, bro, like I see you nodding, I see you agreeing a lot over there. So obviously you feel where he coming from. So I guess you share the same sentiment.
For sure. I think Bees and I have had these conversations for a number of years, maybe like 8 or 9 years, because I think we kind of built the same and wired the same. And that aspect to where we're so hard on ourselves to be like the best version of ourselves that we minimize accomplishment. Anything that we've ever done, it's like okay, that's cool, but what's the next type thing? It's never like ooh, that was dope. Let me kick my feet up and celebrate. It's like, okay, that was okay. You know what I'm saying? You got through it. Now what's next? And it's like, it's great in one aspect because, you know, it fuels your ambition and it makes sure that you're never complacent and it keeps you from being stagnant or being like just cool with the status quo. But at the same time, you beat up on yourself so much that you tend to do that with the people closest around you, which I've learned that in recent years that like, I'm so hard up on myself that I'm gonna be hard on the people around me too. You know what I'm saying? To the point where like they may feel like they're not enough because I'm always getting to this insane goal or plateau that's like not achievable type thing. Vision I have for myself is so grand and large, and the things that I want for myself are so much like idealistic, if you will, that I don't ever like root myself in the moment. You know what I'm saying? Or like really take time to praise myself in those aspects. And it's difficult, man. It's a constant like pressure on you or on your shoulders to like be better.
So we're like, I know you and Dre, you know, y'all roommates. So has he ever, you know, given the fact that he hard on everybody around him, he around you a lot, bro. So do we ever walk in the house and say, Will, hey nigga, get on your shit, nigga, I want to see you become district manager. Like what does that relationship look like, bro? Like
surprisingly, we're not really around each other that much as you would think. Like, hell, I work 11, 12 hours a day.
Yeah.
By the time I come home, he probably at the gym or something somewhere. By the time he get back, I'm cooking and going to sleep or something. But I mean, Dre's the type of person that if you bring it to him, he'll tell you how he feel about it. If it's not pertaining to him, only way he gonna tell you about it is if he feels like it's something extremely wrong going on, or if you ask him about it. And
so
go ahead.
So you say you work 11, 12 hours a day.
Yeah.
So I want to ask you this, given the fact that you work a lot of hours, right? Do you feel like the more you work, the more you progress? Or are you also at a place in your life to where you kind of feel stagnant? Like where are you at maybe in your career, personal life?
Okay. So when I first started out working that much, I was looking at it from a standpoint of where I used to be. Like, damn, I came a long way. Like, I mean, shit, y'all know, y'all been around since college days. Like, niggas didn't have nothing. Like, niggas didn't know how they was gonna eat the next day.
Boy,
And to be where I am now, to where I am financially, I came a long way. But like now, after being in that position for a while, you start to think like, damn, like, am I just spinning my wheels here? Like, what's it like? What can I do next? Like, what is my next step? And even thinking that, like, you have so many ideas and ideals that you wanna try this, you wanna do this, you wanna see how this work out. It's like you gotta. How do you find what is that next thing, that definitive next thing is gonna be for you?
so I want to pose this question to the panel. Do you think fear is a contributing attribute to feeling stagnant? Fearful that you won't progress, fearful that you're gonna miss out on opportunity. Do y'all think fear is one of those things?
Real quick, the thing that really, like, I guess, terrorizes me or whatever it is the fear of I'm not living up to my expectations. It's not the fear of like, oh, I'm stuck right now or this or that. It's like, bro, you have so much potential. Why are you just gonna be one of the potential players? You know what I'm saying? Like, are you gonna be like a Noah Vonleh? I don't know if y'all know who that is, but it's like he was a younger basketball player who was supposed to be like the next it. He's supposed to develop. He's a young project, things like that, but never really blossomed. Like, am I going to be that person who has this wealth of potential? And like all these people like bestow these great titles upon you, like, hey man, you smart, you this, you dexterity, like people like you and this and that. Or are you just gonna be a titled person that doesn't reach that full maturation of what I myself? That's what I'm fearful of.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that.
My thing is, and this has always been my thing, is taking a blind leap of faith. Like, for me, I've always had to have something concrete that I can see, that I know for sure this is guaranteed. Like, I'm a very calculated, risk taking type of person, and so it's hard for me to go out on a limb and just take a blind leap of faith, coming from something that I know is there.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say it's fear as much for me. I would say if we could bring it back to fear, which I kind of feel like I wrestled with this previously in this past maybe 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, is like recognizing a pattern. And if up until maybe last 2 years, there was like a fear of what if you're never going to be satisfied? What if you get to where you want to go? Because it's like it's happened. I was in music. I was won award. I remember the day after I won the award, I was flying home from New York, and I was like, this don't really feel like shit. Like, I feel like this is gonna be fulfilling. This don't really feel like nothing. I remember anytime I hit any benchmark, it was like, I don't really feel like anything. So like, what if nothing ever fulfills me? Now I look at it as like, I'm just here observing the experience. Like, I'm not that attached to it anymore, to where I'm growing. I make sure I take time every day to kind of just like recognize where I am. Like, yo, dude, you sold 15,000 books this year. Like, that's a number that some people won't ever hit.
That's...
But it's like stopping there, because it's like every day is it's like every day kind of, especially with COVID, all these days kind of just like warp together. It's like one long ass day. Like, it feels like it's still March. And so like with that, and you trying to grind, you trying to build, you wake up, it's like repetition. Am I going to be satisfied today? And it's like, all right, I separated my satisfaction and my fulfillment away from the day. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to be fulfilled because no matter where I go, I've been at the bottom already. So like, if I go back, I know how to be cool. I know I can bounce back. I know it's possible to go to the bottom and bounce back. So if I go back to the bottom, I'm still gonna be good regardless. And if I go up, I can still be grateful because I was at the bottom at one point. So like, let's just experience life and found fulfillment in every little micro moment. Like, even like this podcast right now, bro. We don't gotta be doing this right now. We can be stressed out thinking about a whole bunch of other stuff, but we here 4 boys talking, doing a podcast. This is life right now. Like, you know what I mean? It's like we can be grateful for this, and it's like I don't gotta think about, man, am I gonna be able to sell another book tomorrow? Like, for what? Like, why? Why worry? Why worry about the future when I can just enjoy right now? I can plan, I can set goals, but like all I got is right now. I can die tomorrow, bro. But if I don't appreciate this moment, it's all for nothing anyway. So it's like, yo, that's how I just kind of wrestle with it now. Like, forget the anxiety, forget the future, forget like trying to over-index and overextend myself to find this fulfillment when I can just say, you know what? Let me not worry about fulfillment in the future. Let me just get it right now because it's already here.
That's facts. So have you taken the back seat to, I guess, planning out your maybe month or quarter or a year, and just kind of take it from a day-to-day standpoint?
I actually look longer term, but I say I focus my calendar has been like stripped down. So like now where I used to hyper plan, now it's more like this quarter, what am I focusing on? This one thing, like nothing else. I'm focusing on this. Whether it's an idea, whether it's a book, whether it's whatever it is, like I'm not focusing on anything else. It may be 2 quarters, it may be half the year. Like next year, I'm not focused on anything. I got 1 book I'm planning on writing. I might end up writing 2, but like my calendar has like 3 things on it for all next year, and I won't add anything else to it. So it's just like simplifying for me.
Thanks. I love it. Last question, because I know we want to try to wrap this up. What's something that you guys are looking forward to going, into a new year? I mean, this is not really necessarily a new year resolution, but I know we all battling something internally to where we feel stagnant. So what is the outcome that you want to see in 2021? And this is for everyone.
The removal of COVID-19.
Man.
Yeah.
Shit.
Hell yeah.
I guess a more personal one that's less formal. Not saying that we don't want COVID gone, because definitely want COVID gone. But no, just for myself, bro, I really want to embrace like my true authentic self. Like I've really been relearning myself throughout this pandemic and throughout this last year in a healthier way, to know that some of the things that I've implemented in my life and I think that are mainstays within my character are just defense mechanisms that I've erode, for years upon. So my nonchalantness comes from a place of me caring too much. You know what I'm saying? My being non-emotional is because I am emotional. You know what I'm saying? Like, and some of those things saying I don't care is because I care a lot. You know what I'm saying? So just recognizing some of those things that I've been doing personally within my life, and then really taking firm grasp of who I am truly and being comfortable with it. Like, I'm more artistic in nature. As you all know, like I am kind of like a bleeding heart. I'm not super emotional, but like for my people, I'll go to war for any day. Yeah, I know that. And that pertains to love life, embracing like the things I really want to do in this life, and speaking more kindly to myself as well. Like, hey, bro, you doing well. Like, even though you feel like you're not doing well, you're doing well. And like, don't look for external means for happiness. You got everything you need right now.
Yeah.
Really want to embrace that and speak better to myself and really grow in that aspect. So that's something that I'm really looking forward to as I progress within myself.
That's big, bro. And shit, as your brothers, man, we support all them endeavors. I'm gonna jump in real quick, Nabeezy, we can get to you. The one thing when it comes to a place of being stagnant, and Beezy, you already kind of alluded to it, but just appreciating the accomplishments in the moment. Just living a little bit more in the moment. Just kind of taking a step back and sitting down on the couch and look around and be like, man, I've came a long way, within this past year. You know what I mean? Man, I'm grateful. You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, like if God don't bless me with anything else, or if he does not increase my finances any more than what he has, like I still came a lot further from them college days when Will and I was sharing one egg and a pancake and one piece of bacon, and we just out there cooking. You know what I'm saying? It's like niggas that came a long way since then. You know what I'm saying? So for me, BZ, I agree, bro. It's just to live more in the moment, just appreciate life in the moment.
Yeah. I mean, for me next year, I think too that come with that, like the other side of that coin is embracing your successes. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like sometimes we can move forward. Like, we all know people that we grew up with that haven't moved forward as much as we have, right? And you almost feel a little bit guilty about it, like that survivor's guilt. Like, man, if I can do it, I know they can do it. And sometimes that hesitation, that slight like shame or guilt of like moving forward can stop your momentum. And like for me, even this past year has been about like removing that resistance and just like flying into your potential, like with nothing, no barriers, no nothing. Like, let me just see what I can do. Let me just see what I can do. And I think, man, I always say, like, we not normal. Like, we all have different ideas. We got different goals. I think, like Will said, they not always safe bets, but most of the time we only holding ourselves back because we like, man, what if this don't go right? But we really have the potential to just fly if we just let this thing go. It's like no resistance.
Facts, man. So look, we done gave y'all the recipe. If you feel like, you know, the same way we do, and I'm sure the same way a lot of other people that y'all know that's part of y'all lives do when it comes to being stagnant, we done gave y'all the recipe for that. Right now, we done gave y'all the recipe for free, but if you want to pay us, just send me the money, and then I give them their portions as well. But send it directly to me, though.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Don't let them know you sent it to me.
Yeah, I scared me, y'all.
All right, so look, it's
against the grain. My name.
You said what?
Huh? Oh, my fault. Go ahead, bro.
Okay. Hey, look, it's against the grain, Will, bro. Tell them what they need to do next, bro.
Hey, y'all know what to do. Go ahead and go on the YouTube, like, subscribe, leave some comments. You know what I'm saying? We want to know what y'all think. We want to know what y'all, you know what I'm saying, how y'all feel. And then go over to Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook and follow us at ATG Pod 3.
And send me that money.
Yeah.
We out, man. It's against the grain.